Today on In the Wood Yard, we've got deliveries. We've got the dump trailer hooked up. We're gonna load it up. We're gonna go make a dump. Here we go. So far this winter, we've had a very mild winter, which is awesome. We love it. We're already into second week of January here now, and we have no snow. Normally by now we've got snow and lots of cold. We've had temperatures in the 30s and 40s like almost all the time. We have had very little real cold weather. The little bit of snow we've gotten has melted off, and it's true almost everywhere in the United States. People that I have talked to, people on the channel that have commented, very mild winter. It's great. I like it. Whatever you want to call it, it's nice. But it has cut down on the sales of wood this year. People are even telling me when I'm delivering wood to them. Yesterday I delivered a load to a guy, and he says, yeah, he says, we've only had one fire so far this year. And he said, normally by October we're having fires. And he said, we had one fire. He said, it's been so nice that we just haven't had fires. Because this guy that I delivered to yesterday told me that normally he would go through about a face cord a month burning just in his fireplace in his house. He had a face cord left over from last year, third of a cord if you like to say that, still in his rack. And I said, was that wood I brought last year? He says, yeah, you brought this last March. And he said, we haven't hardly even touched it. He said, but I know winter's still gonna come. We're gonna eventually get it. So he said, I wanted to get another one here before the snow came. And so he's got two face cords sitting there now, 2/3 of a cord. And he said, this should last me most of the winter. He says, because we just haven't had fires that much. And I've heard that from a lot of people, whether it's you guys on the channel or my customers. People just aren't burning as much wood. So that's a thing. But today, I've got to load up a two-face cord, 2/3 of a cord into the trailer and go dump this. And then later today, I have another one for some oak. Now, the other day, yesterday I think, I started on this big bin here. I'm gonna work my way that direction, taking it out. So I'm emptying it from this end. So as I empty it, go in this direction, we'll have open spot down here, and then eventually we can refill it back up again. That's kind of the reason why we did the bins here. So that's what's gonna happen. So time to start chucking some wood. Look at that, there's a bunch of wood in the trailer. How did that happen? I chucked it in, that's all. So here's the bin. You can see yesterday I was right to the end there, and I did two loads from there yesterday, which was two face cords or 2/3 of a cord. And then just now I took this section out. It's another two face cords or 2/3 of a cord, so this is open up. So when this is filled back up, just the space that's available here, and if we go high, basically two full cords will fit here, because these piles are down low now. As you can see, they're below the edge of the rack, the sides, and I had it heaped up quite high, like you see down on that end. I had it basically, I don't know, 7-8 feet high. We were chucking it, so we'll easily be able to get two full cords in this much space. So in 3 pallets, basically piled up high, 3 pallets, 2 pallets wide, you can get about 2 full cords in here. And very easy, very fast, works fantastic. So while I was chucking this in here, I was thinking about a friend of mine that lives about 2 hours south of here. About 2 years ago, I was talking with him, and they got a big, huge McMansion that they live in. And about 3 years ago, his wife was complaining that whenever he brought wood into the house, it was always so messy. They live in a very nice area, and his wife likes the house to be nice and clean. So she did not like the firewood. Not so much the fire, but the firewood and the mess it made, because I think he left it for her to clean up. Might have been one of those deals. So she talked him into putting in a gas insert, conversion instead of the wood, the firewood. And about a year ago, I talked to him about their house, and their kids are grown and gone now. And I said, well, how are you liking that flame place? He says, what are you talking about, flame place? I said, your gas insert that you put in, flame place. It's not a fireplace, it's not a fire, it's a flame. He says, he just laughed. He says, yeah. He said, I don't like it at all. And he said, the other day, he said, my wife and I were sitting here, we had the flame going, and she said, you know, this is kind of boring. He said, well, you wanted the gas, so it's nice and clean, but yeah, it's boring. There's nothing to play with. You can't add more wood. You can't poke it. You can't watch the flame change and the wood burn down and add more. He said, it's boring. It's not fun. And so they were talking, he was telling me just the other day, I talked to him, he said they're gonna be selling their house because it's a big, like 5-bedroom, I don't know, I think it's like 4,500, maybe 5,000 square foot house. And their kids are going and gone, they had 3 kids. So they're gonna downsize, and he said, our next house is going to have a fireplace, and we're gonna have an actual wood fireplace. And she agreed, so just a little story there. I thought that was interesting. I thought you guys might like that. Okay, down the road we go with this load to deliver it. Once again, it is sticker time. I got a sticker from Len's Keeping Busy. He's up in Ontario. He sent me a sticker. He's got a pretty cool looking display here of wood. Pretty awesome. Looks like he's got a wood house built there. Looks like he's got a lot of time on his hands because that's a lot of work. Very cool. He's got a little fort built there. I like it. We're going to put you right up here, right next to Noel. Here we go. The application is happening. There we go. Len's Keeping Busy. Right next to Noel. There he is. Pretty cool looking place you got there. I like it. Now the next one that I'm going to show you, an envelope that I got from Mr. or Mrs. I don't know which one, Calhoun. It says, got my address on here and his address. But I opened it up, and just so you know, Mr. or Mrs. Calhoun, whichever one you are, I'm not sure. I opened it up. Let's see if I can get in here and look at inside there. I think you intended on sending me a sticker. There was nothing in the envelope, so I can't put it up. But I think that's what was supposed to be in there. It came empty, so maybe next time. Anyway, back to chucking wood. So I just backed up here to my oak bin, and I'm crawling in my playpen right now. I'm gonna crawl over here, and we're gonna chuck in a face cord, third of a cord, a ricka-rinka row into the truck of oak, because that is what the next delivery calls for. This is going to a guy that I think he usually gets 3 or 4 loads a year. This will be the second one this year. So like I've mentioned in the past, I don't sell to people that are heating with wood primarily. I mean, I do have some people that do, but the vast majority of people I sell to, 90% of them, it's for ambiance. It's for a fireplace, fire pit, just enjoying life, drinking some adult beverages, that kind of thing. So we're gonna do this one, and we're gonna go deliver it in a little while. So we're gonna load it up right now. There it is, folks. Third of a cord, ricka-rinka roll is in the truck. The truck load. Actually, it's a little more than the third of a cord because of its level. Like I've said about 1 billion times now, it's a face cord or a third of a cord. Now, the price of this, I get asked this all the time on the channel, and it brings up a topic that I think you guys might be interested in, because there's a lot of people that think whatever their market is everybody's market. Price-wise, wood-wise, all that kind of stuff. What kind of wood? And I had a guy just the other day made a comment on an old video that I had done about how I was selling my full cords for $360. This is a face cord, a third of a cord, $120 delivered, and a full cord is $360. No, I don't discount. It's the price is the price, because it takes me just as much work and effort to make each third of a cord. So no discounts. So his comment was, I think it's ridiculous that you're charging $360 for firewood. He said, my area, $150 is the top end of the market. He said, some of it sells for $125 for a full cord. Well, his market's not my market. My market's not other people's market. What that means is that I live in an area with a decent population, and we have trees around here, but not like big forest like in northern Wisconsin or maybe your area. So here, because I have a population base that's 250,000 people that I deliver to, I charge kind of the going rate, $360 for a full cord. This guy said in his area it's $150. Well, if I was only getting $150 for a full cord of cut, split, dried, delivered firewood, I wouldn't do it. Just saying. And he thought it was ridiculous that people would be buying wood at that price trying to heat their house because it's cheaper just to turn the gas on. Well, he also doesn't understand people like fires. That's the reason people buy wood. It's not just for heat, it's for enjoyment, and that's who I sell to. So he went on a big rant about it, and that's fine. That's, in his mind, he thinks that wherever he lives, it's like that everywhere in the world. Well, it isn't. For instance, my brother Ken and I, last year about the same time, were in Bozeman, Montana. We were on the Meat Eater podcast with Steve Ranella. And when we were leaving there at the airport, one of the guys that watches the channel saw that I think I had this sweatshirt on actually, Husqvarna hat on, Husqvarna sweatshirt. And I saw him coming right at me, like a beeline pointing at me. He says, "Chris!" So he saw me and Kenny and we talked to him. And he's from the East Coast, the DC area in particular. So we talked, I don't know, for about an hour or so while we were waiting for our flight, and sat at the bar there and had a drink with him. He said that in his area, the low end is $600 for a full cord to about $700. That's what it goes for, because he's in an area with hardly any trees and lots of people. So the market you're in is going to be determined by how many trees you have and how many people you have. I always say, lots of people, few trees, high prices for firewood. Lots of trees, few people, low prices for firewood. That's just the way it is. So if you're in an area where you're out in the sticks, well, like I say, Hodunkville, USA, the real USA, you're probably not going to get a lot for your firewood, or you're going to have to truck it somewhere. Now, there's a guy that I know of that sells many semi-loads a week down to Chicago. And in the Chicago area, they get, on the low end, $600 for a full cord to as much as $800 for a full cord. Because there's lots of people and no trees, but they got to get it there. So there's a lot of trucking, a lot of work involved to get it there. So your market's going to determine the price. Also, what's going to determine your price is what people are using it for. The people I sell to are burning wood for enjoyment. They don't care that they're burning money, literally. They're just sitting there burning money, watching sports, watching TV, relaxing, reading, drinking some adult beverages or whatever kind of beverage they like. They're doing it for enjoyment, for ambiance. A lot of people, because they might in their area, have a lot of people that burn wood for heat, or they may do it themselves, and they think, well, why would you pay that much? Well, because they don't care. They've got excess money to spend, and that's their leisure money. Just like some people drink a case of beer a day. It's what they like to do. Or they might smoke a couple packs of cigarettes a day. It's what they like to do. Have at it, I don't care. Whatever it is you enjoy to do, go at it. But people that heat with wood in general, I have found, want to pay as little as possible for their wood or get it for free. And they're doing it to save money. People I sell to are not looking to save money. So there's a totally different market everywhere you go. And that's all I got to say on that. Okay, we're gonna go deliver this load. Anybody here interested in some food? Come on in. It's cat feeding time, so we're gonna give them 4 cans today. We're gonna take these out where we got some light. Come on, guys, let's go this way. Watch out here, Chubby. The herd will swarm. What do we got here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we're missing 2 or 3. Oh, there's a couple back here. I see the shy guys. There they are. The swarm is feasting. Here comes Mr. Gray, the big boy. But he's so mild, he won't even butt his way in probably. He'll just sit there and wait. Bob is getting his share. Look at that.